Hey, yeah, I just want to verify something with y'all real quick. Just to make sure that I'm moving on the same pace that we was. Um, can anybody that was in the last class verify if we discussed the credits far as in like the earned income credit? I apologize, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that y'all got everything. So I'm not for sure if we did or didn't, and I don't want to go back and double dip in the information if we already discussed it. So did we talk about like the earned income credit, the child tax credit, and did I break down and tell you what each one of those credits were? Masib, I think you was in the last class. Do you know? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Tiana, because I just wanted to make sure that I did, in fact, teach you guys that. So if you guys have not already, I'll make sure that you guys get it. So I mean, we're gonna start software training tonight. So if you haven't gotten the link, I encourage you guys to check your groups. Um, EROs, y'all should already have the link, but I'm gonna send it to the ERO group again. Um, So there's a link along with the copy of the practice scenarios in which we will be discussing, guys. So if y'all can create a login to that, create a login on that registration link, and then there's a second link that'll allow you to pull up the actual practice returns in Canva that we'll be using tonight. So. Everybody go ahead and get set up. I'll allow you guys a few moments to do that. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the chat because I will be looking at the chat.
If God puts it on your heart to join, it's for a reason. It's because He wants to take you to a better place, and you can't go to that next level in life. What I'm realizing without the tools inside you to be able to take you to that level.
You know, everybody thinks they're an expert, but it's all it's about reputation rather than about character. And I wanted to be with people who had aspirations to further develop their character.
I'm only 18 years old, but I still I go through the videos, go through all the courses that it tells me to do. Like I'm so young to witness all this great material that Eric has provided, but it'll prepare me.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, E.T. That's right, average skill, phenomenal will. Yep, I need you to go with me, all right? Now, this ain't for everybody, but yep, those of you, you just looked at your report card. Yep, you're in college. You just got your grades back. Yep. Look, you hurt. Look, you hurt. I feel you. Like, you don't even want to go home. You embarrassed. You don't even want to see your family over the holidays, right? Yep. It's burning right now. It's burning. Yep. You going through it. You don't want to come out your room. Look, you don't want to answer the phone. Like, for real. I'm talking to those of you in a dark place. You like, E.T., you don't get it. I'm not going to graduate. You like, E.T., you don't get it, E. You can't talk me out of this. E.T., I'm in a dark place. I let my mom down. I let my dad down. I let my grandma down. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. I need you to have the right attitude in this moment right here. Average skill, phenomenal will. Average skill, phenomenal will. All right, Carl, you got to look out for me. All right, let's put this up on the screen. I just want you to look at the screen real quick. This is your boy transcript, right? So you see the downfall. When I got that English 101, you see it. You see the downfall. The 1.7 GPA. Yep. Look a little closer. The 1.8. I'm sorry, 1.18. Yep. 0.4. You see it. You see it, right? But listen to me. This is just the beginning. Listen to me. I'm weeks away from a PhD. Average skill, phenomenal will. Average skill, phenomenal will. And so I just want to encourage somebody. It took me 12 years. You heard me say that, but you ain't never seen the transcript. You thought I was lying. You thought I was playing, didn't you? Yup, you see it. So I'm going to need you to get up. Get up. Get up. Just wipe the dust off me, right? Wipe the tears. Like, for real, cry if you must. I get it. I get it. Cry if you must. Well, I'm going to need you to get back up. So it's your boy, E.T. I didn't want nothing. I didn't want nothing. I just want to encourage you. That's all. I don't want nothing. I just wanted to tell you I've been there, done that. I've been embarrassed before. Yep. I didn't want to talk to my wife about my grades. Yep. I didn't want to go home for the holiday because I knew at church they was going to ask me what my grades were. Yep. I knew when we got to the Christmas party, everybody was going to ask me how I was doing in school and when was I going to finally finish, right? I've been there, done that. Listen to me. It's your beginning. It's not your end. Can I explain something to you? It's not how fast you start the race. The race is not given to the quick, nor the swift, nor the strong, but the race is given to those that endure. I need you to endure. Get through this. You're going to be all right. Take your blows. You're going to be all right. You're going to wake up one day, be like your boy E.T. Yep. You're going to get the, yep. You're going to get the master's. Yep. You're going to get the PhD or whatever, the law degree, become the doctor. I don't know, MBA. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm telling you, please do not allow this to break you, but may this be your breakthrough. All right, now I gotta show you this last piece because you gotta get this important. English 101, fail. F. I just want you to see it for yourself. And then the final one, 1995, you see your boy English 101, a B minus. What happened? I had a Y. Are you hearing me? I had a why. Jalen was born, and everything changed for me after that day. What's your why? And your why has to be greater than your pain. Because if your why is not greater than your pain, you're going to stay down. But if your why is greater than your pain, you're going to get up and you're going to finish this race. So do me a favor. Yep, you might be hurt. Yep, you might be disappointed. Yep, you might want to cry. Yep, you might feel defeated. Yep, you might want to give up. Yep, but do me a favor. After you finish doing all of that, get your butt up. After you finish doing all that, get your butt up and try again. Get up and try again. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but I'm telling you it can be done. So make the rest of your life. Yeah, feel it, baby. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. It's your boy, E.T. I remember the videos had already been out. My numbers were great. And I would come in rooms and go, or like that room, like I go to a high school, like, boom. I go to a youth detention center. Boom. I go to a prison.
Hmm.
I come to corporate and go,
You gotta brush your teeth.
I belong in here.
What's my team?
Everybody in the room don't look like me. They don't come from where I come from. I don't know if I belong here. And I'll never forget. I had a conversation with Les Brown. Les Brown had called me to Orlando. We sat in a hotel and I left and I started talking to Les and I started naming like, yo, you, Les Brown, this person, #1 in the world. He said, don't you ever say that again. I said, don't say what? He said, you the best in the world right now. I said, what? He said, you're the best in the world right now. There's nobody as good as you in the world. You're the best right now. The only reason you're not the best right now is because you don't believe you're the best now. And when you walk out this room, I want you to go in the mirror and yourself, I'm the best right now. He said, before you even become #1, start to proclaim it and say it long before it happens. Say, I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And when I was number 20, I started saying, I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And I went to the computer. And the world said exactly what I said. That Eric Thomas is #1 in the world. I spoke it, the world heard it, and it activated. Your problem is that you don't believe you belong here.
Mommy, I already brushed my teeth.
So listen to
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I want to be the best here. But your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. And you're spending more money than you're making. Why? Because you're a consumer, but you're reading all the books and you're saying everything the books are saying. But those books are not in alignment with your values. If you're going to go to the next level, your values are going to have to change. When I believed that my voice was needed in this world, when I believed that I needed to be on the stage, not for myself, but to speak to a group of people who come from where I come from, a working class, who don't know what it's like to make millions and millions of dollars, who don't understand what wealth looks like, that I need to come in the room with a single parent mother, with a father not in my life, being homeless and a high school dropout. Only somebody who comes from where you come from can tell you.
Hey, good night, everybody. How y'all doing? Is everyone able to hear me well? Make sure y'all are able to hear me. All right. So, everybody able to hear me? Drop some flames in the chat if you're able to hear me.
You belong. And I had
For that. All right. So first thing first, guys, I want to tell everybody good night. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's been doing exceptionally well. I know the holidays have passed. I know, I hope y'all finished, probably ate all that food, got full and stuff, and enjoyed them holidays. Well, look, y'all done had enough days off. It's time to lock back in, right? That being said, we're gonna go over some software training tonight. So I know a lot of you guys have had the opportunity to stay on after these calls and actually watch round two work through some returns, right? So if you ever stayed on and you watch round two with they software training a little bit, let me drop what you think about that. Like are you confident in your ability to be able to process a return now? Or you like do you feel like you're a little familiar with the software? I know we did like a little soft touch on the software a little earlier in training, but like what if you stayed on and you actually attended a round two class? I mean, round one class and actually got a chance to see them operating the software and work through a return. What was your overall, what did you think about that? Nobody? Nobody ever got a chance to stay on and watch round one? I don't know. My Zoom must be lagging or something. I don't see y'all comments. Yes. So, yes, Denise, they're actually available. Speaking of being available, guys, so all the training materials that have been like being recorded on Zoom, I'm gonna be transitioning them to a private YouTube server. That being said, you guys have access to them. If you haven't watched them, I suggest you go and watch them if you're not a part of my direct downline. But anybody that's a part of my direct downline, you guys have access to those recordings as well. But if you are part of round two, your recordings will still be available. So that's not nothing to worry about. But as far as anything for round one, it's gonna all be transitioned over to a YouTube platform, a private channel. Hopefully those guys have had the opportunity to get in there and study. That being said, everybody got their software, right? If you got your software, you logged in on the demo, you created your demo account. Let me see you drop a 3 in the chat for me right now. Miss Campos, I see you. I see you, Miss Campos. All right, Allison. Okay, okay, okay. Y'all need more time to get logged into that software, or y'all ready? Yikes! I don't know. I don't know. I think y'all still asleep. What y'all still at your granny house for Thanksgiving? You still at your auntie house for Thanksgiving? Oh, you still ain't shake that hangover. I told y'all not to drink too much, man. I tried to warn y'all. I mean, y'all don't seem like y'all here. Are y'all here with me? Y'all engaging with me? What's up? Like y'all supposed to be excited right now. We finna get into this software, right? And then after that, I want everybody to stay on because we're gonna go ahead and start marketing training. It's very important. I'm glad you're excited, Miss Campos. I'm glad you're excited. But it's very, very important that you guys, that everybody on this call, stay on this call, the entirety of the call. Click the link that's gonna be dropped in the comments and join that next Zoom. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not reteaching marketing training. Those Zooms are gonna be literally held every Tuesday and every Thursday, the same way the schedule been going. It's gonna be every Tuesday and Thursday. Those Zooms are gonna start at 8 o'clock. I'm letting you know now because we're too close to the season. And I have a lot of information I got to get you guys before the season starts. That makes sense. From all the way from what to post, when to post it, all the way to running campaigns, all the way to running different plays, man. Just all type of things to help you generate potential clients because that's what this has been about. I mean, y'all guys have been showing up, y'all been consistent. Ready to get into it. So that being said, I see Miss Campos say she got her software ready. She locked in. You got your practice return ready, Miss Campos? All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, look, I hope you're ready because I'm gonna actually give you the ability to be able to share your screen with me right now. I want you to log in and I'm gonna help you work the whole return. All right, everybody got the practice returns. We're gonna start with the Maria. If you don't know, the client name is Maria. When you pull up them practice files, yep, she already ready. She logged in. She ready. Okay, this is what proper preparation looks like. All right. All right. So, Miss Compost, what I want you to do for me is whenever y'all log in the software, this is exactly what it's gonna look like. It's not gonna look any different. It's gonna look the same exact way. All right. Anytime you log into the software, you're gonna always click what button you click. Show them what button to click.
Where did you say?
I was saying when you log into the software and you're getting ready to start a new return, what button do you click? Can you show them?
Oh, right here.
All right, Vic. So she gonna click the button and we gonna get started on this return. All right. You got the mock file pulled up to your left side. Okay, okay. She ready.
Uh, um,
So as we see I always tell anybody, hold on, go back for me real quick, Miss Compost. So when we see a client profile, the way my mind works is I automatically start translating everything that I'm reading into tax knowledge. That's how it happens for me. But that's because I have experience, right? So because you guys are newer, you guys are going to have to take the time to actually read the client's profile. This is where you spend your time on your intake form and actually reading and putting the pieces, because that's all it is. It's just pieces to the puzzle you got to put together to understand. So we know Maria is a single mother of two children, right? Ages 7 and 10. They both live in an urban area. She works as a retail store manager. She receives child support from her ex-partner. She is also attending school part-time at a local community college, and Maria's mother lives with her and helps with child care. But Maria is the sole provider of her children. So this is just me. When I look at it, I want to dissect everything that I'm reading. So let me ask you, Ms. Compost, since you walking us through this return, what did you get from reading this client's profile?
so she could potentially be a head of household. She
Okay.
has two dependents. Um, single. Just that's it, I guess.
Okay. So this is what I'm looking at when I read it. And it's just to show you, I wanted y'all to see how you guys are probably looking at it and y'all like, boom, I got this, I got this, I got that. That's great. So that let me know you've been paying attention, you've been showing up and you registering what I'm teaching you, right? So now I'm gonna take you up another notch. So we gonna see how we assess everything and how we dissect it into a return, okay? So look, when we look at Maria, is a single mother of two children, right? Ages 7 and 10, right? We see that first. That's the first thing that we see. So that right there will tell me, okay, boom, she's a single mother. Okay, so that lets me know right there she's either one, like you said, going to be head of household filing status or single filing status. Everybody should know. If you don't know, I suggest if you're struggling with knowing what qualifies her as head of household and what would make her single, go back and study your notes. Go back and look at them screenshots. We have one of the first things is going to always be the federal poverty guideline. People think that just because they have kids, they automatically qualify to file head of household, when that is not, in fact, true. You have to make over a certain amount of income. Does anybody know what that income is? Real quick, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. If you know what it is, just drop it in the chat. All right. Well, look, for the sake of time, I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, just in case y'all don't know, just in case you're shy. Hey, just in case you might just be listening to the Zoom and not actually working. It don't matter what you're doing right now. I'm gonna tell you this, and I hope you're paying attention. All right. So with that being said, the federal poverty guideline states that anybody filing head of household status must make more than $21,950. All right. Yes, Masiba. Yes, great job, Masiba. So with that being said, guys, that's something to always know. Just because a client come and she got 4 kids doesn't mean she qualify for head of household. Just because a client come and they got a W-2, but they only made $19,000, they don't qualify. They don't qualify. I don't give a damn if they made $20,999. They do not qualify. All right. So, that being said, guys, that's one of the first rules of thumb to always consider when thinking about marking somebody as a head of household filing status. All right. So the next line states that she live in an urban area. So when I read that, right, in my mind, this is just how I think um about other possible deductions. So if she's living in the urban area, that lets me know, okay, if she's living in the urban area, that there's no, it's not boats and all terrain vehicles, off road driving stuff like that, because she live in an urban area, right? So that being said, I wouldn't be thinking about putting nothing like certain credits that would apply for those type of people on her return. So this is just how my mind works. All right. Next, it says she works as a retail store manager. Boom, I'm stopping right there. They let me know she got a what? W-2. Okay, so now I know she got two children. Uh, she's a retail manager, which means she has a W-2, right? And she also receives child support from her ex-partner. Okay? Um, so they let me know outside of her W-2, that the money she's making. So say for instance, she was a person that made that money from the W-2, right? And and she made the money from the W-2, and she just didn't make enough to qualify for head of household filing status based off her W-2. Well, I also know that she has additional form of income. So y'all remember I taught you guys about what are the types of income? There are four types of income: earned income, unearned income, taxable income, non-taxable income. Child support happens to fall under a category of what? Non-taxable. For one, it's non-taxable income, right? And for two, it's what? Unearned income. She didn't do anything for it, right? She had kids, I mean, but other than that, I mean, it's his obligation to take care of his kids. So that can be used to help her cross the threshold for the federal poverty guidelines because it is a form of income. All right. Um, Next, I see that it says she is also attending school part-time at a local community college. My mind then translates to, hey, she went to school. She might, excuse me, she might have a 1090 more than likely. And if she does not, okay, do she have receipts for her tuition and things of that nature, right? So this is how my mind is reading the client profile. I'm automatically thinking about everything I got to do when I'm first reading this. And how I'm breaking it down to y'all, it seems a lot slower and a lot longer right now. But when you start reading it and you read it in credits and deductions, you do returns like this. You do returns like this because you don't have to find anything. You get what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to, if she was self-employed or she had her own business, which I think she don't have her own business. Uh, they just say her mother's lives with her and she's the sole provider for her children. Okay. So with that being said, she don't have her own business, so I wouldn't have to worry about, finding additional deductions and things of that nature for her if she did have her own business, right? So in my mind, boom, I already know she probably gonna file as head of household. I can pretty much conclude that from based off of her W-2, which I haven't really quite looked at just yet, but she got the W-2. She got an income from child support. She got two dependents, and going forward from that, she also has a mother that lived with her, right? Um, and if her mother lived with her, that's a qualifying relative. She can actually file her mother on her return. That's what separates, if her mother's not filing her own taxes, she provide the care for her mom, she can file her mother on her return. Again, we tax professionals. We not tax preparers. You see what I'm saying? A tax preparer will probably miss that opportunity for that deduction, right? We're not missing it. We're not missing it. So that being said, we proceed from there. We see she got a school form. We see that she's probably able to, carry her mom for a deduction if she does make, too much money or whatever the case may be, or to help her maximize her potential for certain credits, right? She can use that deduction to get closer to the phase out range. All right. Next, we know about phase out ranges. Let me know if I'm talking. Y'all understand the language I'm speaking? You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Drop some flames in the chat if you understanding what I'm saying right now. Denise, you say you hear it. Okay, she says she get it. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. All right. All right. I'm just trying to make sure y'all are understanding. Masiba, you good? Amber, you good? I see you good, Amber. All right, all right. I'm trying to make sure everybody good. Everybody got it. Okay. So boom. So now, boom, we didn't calculated all of that. Next, we see, okay, her mother lives with her and helps her with child care. So when I talk to this client, I'm trying to understand how is mom helping with child care. In what context, right? Um, in what context does mom help with childcare? Uh, is it she helping financially with childcare, or is she the one watching your children, right? Are you paying her to watch your children, right? So boom. So in my mind, I'm formulating a million ways to maximize this return. So think about it like this. Now with this childcare thing, if it goes one or two ways, she say, "Mom, yeah, mom helped me with childcare." Okay. So what do you mean, mom helped you with childcare? Yeah, she watches the children for me, and I pay her X amount of dollars. Okay, so she can still be a qualifying relative as long as you didn't pay her over what a certain dollar amount, which is what $5,050, right? So she's still a qualifying relative, right? Mom didn't work, she watched the children. Okay, boom. Now you not only are able to carry her as a qualifying relative, as a dependent, you're also able to write what? The child care expenses off on the F-2441 form. All you have to do is put mom's name, her social, and her information. That's it. And how much you paid her. So now we didn't got you additional credit for we didn't, my apologies, we got you additional deductions for the children. I mean the child care. We got you a deduction for the child care, and we also got you a deduction for your mom being a possible dependent, right? So if she was at a place to where she made too much of money and she was at a phase out range to where the earned income credit had faded down or the child tax credit had kind of faded down, those deductions will help decrease her income to bring her closer within the maximum limit, right? The maximum credit limit, right? So what is the name of that form you just stated? Um 2441 form. That's gonna always be your child care form. It's called the F-2441 form. F-2441. Um you can always just type in 2441 in the software and it'll pull it up. And I'm gonna show you how to do that in just a second. All right, so we've gathered all the information that we need to pretty much construct this client profile. From here on out, we're just going to take the information that's being provided on the intake form, such as the date of birth, the social security number, the IP pin. Keep in mind, you always want to notate that. If a client has an IP pin in the very beginning, that's one, being honest with you guys, that's the first thing I look for when I start a return. That's the first thing, because if y'all haven't heard my slogan, it's always, we don't play money games. We don't play money games. I'm not gonna put myself in a position where you got an IP pin, the IRS open to try to accept your return. They can't accept it because you got an IP pin, and here it is, you done got an advance. No. Now I'm chasing you down, trying to call you, text you, you done block my number. Like it is, we're not doing that. So I'm gonna verify first more than anything. And if I don't feel as though you're a trustworthy person, or I haven't worked with you, or even some of my own family members, they can't get advances from me. I love you, but I just can't trust you with money. Meaning something might happen and you might not pay it back, man, and I don't want to have that debt on me. But with that being said, I think you guys get the concept of what this client profile will actually entail. So we're gonna go ahead on and get started working in return. The first thing Ms. Campos to enter is gonna be the social security number. And I'm gonna actually turn my camera off so y'all can kind of focus more on the return because I know I might be a distraction.
So since she has a IP pin, does her social still go here, or will this be her IP pin number?
No, the social and the IP pin are two totally different components. So the way
Okay.
that works, the IP pin is something called an identity protection number. Okay, that's something that changes every year for the client, and it keeps them from, being victims to identity theft or any type of fraud. So their social security number will always go there. If they have an ITIN number, that will go there. But yeah, that's never going to change.
Okay. Okay, so had a household. You'd have-
Go back for me. Go back for my apologies. Go back for me. I thought I ain't know I was on mute. Stroller for me. I want you guys to do something. Go back to the filing status.
Right here.
So yes. So guys, if you don't know the filing status, you can always use the filing wizard. That's going to be right there to the right. It's a white box right now because this is demo software, but it'll have you answer a series of questions to be able to determine their filing status. All right. But outside of that, I want you to exit the wizard for me. So you based deciding her filing status off of the information that I shared with you, right?
Mhm.
But you have to fact check for yourself. Let's go to the client intake form. So we are looking right now. We see all the information for her and her dependents. Click to the right, go to the next page on it. So now, what we see? Box 1, wages, tips, and other compensation. Does she meet the federal poverty guideline?
Yes.
Okay, and that's how we would decide whether or not she was able to file head of household filing status. Outside of her being a sole provider for her home and everything else, that's how we will be able to decide that. Guys, it's important that y'all make sure, hey, don't miss no steps. I had to make sure you did that for them so they can see how they would get to actually deciding the filing status. But if you guys, if that's a lot for you and you're struggling, you can always go through the filing wizard and answer the series of questions that they have there and get the filing status that way because it'll tell you what the filing status is once you complete the questionnaire. All right, you can go ahead and continue.
Continue. Oh, Maria. Open. Open. Is occupation not the name of the employer, just what she does?
You don't have,
Manager?
you don't have to put that on there.
Okay.
You don't have to put that on there.
So she is over the age of 18, but not a full-time student. So this would not be checked off, right?
Correct. It said she was enrolled part-time.
Mhm.
And hey guys, since this is an interactive training, I would like for everybody when Ms. Campos asks me questions, I want everybody to put what they think the answer to that question would be in the chat, and I'll confirm and give y'all the correct answers because I want to make sure that this is a hands-on training. And even though you guys aren't working the return, even though you're supposed to be working the return on your end, I want to make sure that you guys are fully engaged and able to understand, at least by watching first.
That has to be valid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys always want to make sure that y'all send the so look, this is what I want you to do too. You see how I say primary client email? I want you to always put the email right there. And if you put it right there first, it'll automatically populate it down here at the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
So send it.
So go stroll up for me. I want you to see something. So right here where it says primary client email, right? I want you to always put the email right there so that way you don't have to type it twice. It'll save you some time when working returns. Because if you put it right there, it'll automatically populate it at the bottom for you, and you will just click send the invite once it populates it. So click send the invite, and that's gonna give them the invite to their client portal where they can actually look at their return, download their return, and sign their return. We do this in the beginning to avoid any type of miscommunication or misunderstandings at the end, or anything like that.
Okay.
So after you've completed this page, we're gonna keep going.
So this one, I would always assume that it's resident alien. So is this a no? Is this individual a U.S. citizen?
Okay, y'all, drop y'all. What y'all think in the comments? Drop it in the comments. Come on, guys. Interactive training. Let's go. Drop it in the comments. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what your peers say. Do you guys think the
This
answer to that
individual a
question is
US
yes or no?
Yes.
Alexa says yes. Lakeisha says yes. Masita says yes.
Okay.
Everybody
So-
says yes. It's always yes. Good job. Good job, guys. That is correct. If you say yes, shout out to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, chat. So 12. Now, would they state if they're disabled already on the intake form?
Yes. It's usually going to be stated on the intake form, but I always personally, because you have, if like I know some people they might still ask the question. I always do. If I'm unsure about anything on the intake form, or I need clarification, because it can say is anybody disabled, it can say yes, and they didn't specify who. You get what I'm saying? So I'm asking. That's something that I would ask.
Okay, so none of these apply. Continue.
So no, the best way to do it is to always click save and enter another. It saves you time. But right for this purpose, you're just gonna click add a dependent or qualifying child.
Okay, gotcha. I don't think it lets me copy and paste.
No, you
Oh
can't
yeah,
copy.
it does.
Oh well,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, actually it does. All right, good looks. All right.
And as y'all see, the system automatically put the last name of the taxpayer on there. So you guys got to pay close attention to that when processing the return. Make sure that that you change your last name if the dependent last name is in fact different.
113. Okay, so yes. And then this is the son. And then none of these apply. Save or just continue at this point.
You gonna if that's the last dependent, you can click continue. But if you had another one, that's where you would click save and enter another.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, okay.
So what you guys just seen, it rejected it because it said the social security number matched another social security number that she had in the system or software. And literally it'll do that to prevent you guys from having duplicate socials in the software. So with that being said, guys, that's something that comes in real good clutch because you might have a client and they might have a similar social to somebody else and you put in the wrong one and they give you that notification prior to you even moving forward or, transmitting the return.
Okay, so begin standard. Why isn't it? There's me. Gauge tree retail.
I love how you're doing. You're doing amazing. You've been practicing in the demo software?
No, but I keep remembering what you said. It's data entry, data entry, data entry.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're doing real well. Y'all drop some planes in the chat for Miss Campos right now. Please, y'all. Drop some planes in the chat for her.
Thank you guys. Oh, everything's already pre-populated, okay. Georgia, okay, box 1, 20. Box 3. Box 25, 413, 25, 16. Right here. 17,800. Okay. I think that's it. 14. Is that 14?
Like we got something in box 16 as well, right? Okay. 17. Okay. It looks good to you. It looks great to me.
Yeah. So since that's the only one, I would just hit continue, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. State must be selected. Georgia. Right here. Okay. Where's the
So,
employer's ID?
you can just make something up. It's not on there. So you can just press
Okay.
yeah, just press 1 until it don't let you press it no more. Yeah.
Damn.
Enter in as many numbers until it don't let you do it anymore.
Continue.
All right, and we go back to looking at her entry form. And what else does she have? Next, we see she have what?
A tuition statement.
Okay, so that form is called the what form?
A T.
A what form?
A T form. 1098 T.
Right. So go back to the software. So the quickest way to do this, guys, instead of scrolling all the way through, because it's gonna be a whole lot of scrolling, you got to keep clicking continue.
Right here.
We go to the search box and we put the name of the form in there, which is 1098 and the letter T. It's gonna pull it right up for us.
Mhm. Community.
All right, so they're talking about 2023, but keep in mind, guys, these mock files, they don't have an expiration date. So they say 2023, but it just applied to this year. That's all. So when we go to it, we want to look at it and it says tuition paid. So let's go to the go back to the first thing. Yep. So when we look at it, we see right here, we see box one, payments received for qualified tuition and related expenses is 7,500. So we're gonna put that right in the form. You can't always copy and paste sometimes. Sometimes you gotta put in that work. No, just kidding.
Sorry, guys.
All right, then we got grants and scholarships. So we're gonna go back to the next, or unless you already know it. The amount of paid tuition qualified expenses, box five, scholarships or grants is 3,500. So next, what else we got? We got other qualified expenses. Let's go back to the intake form and see if we have something to put there. Halftime student was checked and Maria was enrolled at least halftime. Okay, so we don't have anything to put there, so we're good to go. We're gonna click continue. I'm gonna let you answer these questions. Are y'all reading along? What was she reading?
What did I say now?
Okay, so let me go up to the question so I can read it. So guys, what would she say for this question? The question is, has the American Opportunity Tax Credit or the Formula Hope credit already been claimed for 4 prior tax returns? We gonna see who know. Lakeisha, stop answering. We know you know it. I'm just playing. Let's go. Let's go. Somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. Y'all just all saying no now. But yes, it'll always be no because this question is just when you read it, just think about it like this. Has she already been in college 4 years and claimed her 1098 T? Because that's essentially all it's asking. She been in
Okay.
college 4 years already and she claimed it already 4 years. She won't get credit for it again.
She will or she won't?
She won't. She won't. They
Okay.
will not give her credit. They'll give her the lifetime learning credit, but she won't get the American Opportunity Tax Credit. Both of those credits are related to education. Next is going to be was a student enrolled at least halftime for at least one academic period beginning in 2025 for the first 3 months. It says she was enrolled at least halftime, right?
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's a different college or not. The IRS say you got it for 4 years already. You can't get it anymore. All right. So, did the student complete the first 4 years of higher education before 2025? That's the
Is that
same
high
question as
school?
the first one. The same question as the first one. It's pretty much the same thing. So the first one just asks if she had claimed the credit for the four prior years, and the second one is asking, has she already completed her first 4 years of college before 2025? They're essentially the same question, but they're a little different. They're a little different. Make sure y'all, I'm saying that again for the record, they're a little different.
So what happens with people that go to college for 4 years and now they're in their 30s and they go back again for another 4 years?
It don't work
Maybe.
like that. You only get it for 4 years, one time,
Okay.
as far as an American Opportunity Credit. But you can always, there's no limit to how many times you can claim the lifetime learning credit. The
Okay.
lifetime learning credit is not a refundable credit. The American Opportunity Credit is a refundable credit, as we learn. If y'all don't know, study, 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 study. Right? I'm always keep telling y'all go back to studying because again, we are I'm here to teach y'all. I'm here to reiterate. I'm here to, brush you up on something if you don't know it. I want to lace you up. But y'all got to keep in mind, we only spend so much of time in class. It's like, anything else, you got to kind of like study it. But yes, the American Opportunity Credit is going to only be refundable for up to $1,000. And not only that, the lifetime learning credit is the American Opportunity is refundable, but the lifetime learning credit is a non-refundable credit, and it allows them to have up to $2,500 of a deduction, pretty much. So it'll get them out of the red, but it won't produce them a refund. The lifetime learning credit will. It'll get them out of the red, but it won't produce a refund. As far as an American Opportunity Tax Credit, thing about it, tax credits is usually gonna produce you some type of money. That makes sense to everybody. Everybody got that? Don't be the person that say, I can remember that. Don't be the person that say, I can remember that. Please don't be that person and then you get in front of a return and you like, okay, which one is it? Like, no, don't be that person. Write it down. Take a note, take a screenshot, record me talking. I don't look, whatever works for you. As long as you get this knowledge and you retain it, I'm all for it. All right, we're gonna press continue after this. I mean, oh, guys, it's gonna always be no if they ask, do they have a felony drug conviction before the end of 2025? Or, well, it's gonna be 2025 because that's the
Un
tax year we're gonna be in.
Unless they do.
Unless they do. And if they do, that's when you're gonna put yes, and they won't qualify for the credit.
Okay.
So based off of this, there's three choices she has. She can take $0, or take the $1,000 that's actually refundable.
Obviously the money.
Yeah, in most cases, it's gonna select the option that's best for you anyway.
Okay.
But yes, guys, you always want, and if you don't understand what it's asking or what it's saying, it's in the dollar amounts. There's a description of whether or not it's going to be refundable or not under the dollar amount. So it tells you like, reduce the amount I owe by X amount of dollars or give me a refund by X amount of dollars. And each one of those boxes is going to tell you what it can do. All right, so
So
let's go
question.
back. Go ahead.
So when I used to do my taxes on TurboTax, it looked a little similar to this, where in that software, I would begin every single one of these, even though they didn't apply to me, just to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. If I don't see it on the intake form, for example, like foreign tax credits, I don't need to open it, right?
Correct. We're only able to apply what a client reports to us. So we have like our intake form is really thorough. And a lot of people like if they've never filed taxes before, it's probably gonna agitate them. But once they file, if they've been filing for a year, 2 years, it's gonna definitely it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I know that these people know the right questions to ask, and they can get us on point, or they can get me on point. But keep in mind, if they do have like foreign credits or stuff like that, um, it does disqualify them for certain credits. So if you got money from foreign credit, I think it's the earned income credit that you can't get. But for this part now, you want to go back to that intake form. After every time you complete something, you're gonna always go back to your intake form because that's your GPS, that's your map that tells you what to do next, where to go next. So we already did the 1098T, so we're gonna click the next page. Okay, so boom, we're done with this return. Let's go back to the software.
Are we done though? We
We
need
are
to
done.
figure this out. Maria's mother lives with her and helps with childcare, but Maria is the sole. So would this fall under
So that would be
child?
based off a conversation we had with the client. So we can't put anything there right now because we haven't had the opportunity to ask the follow-up questions.
Hmm.
But if we were to ask the follow-up questions, we would click right over here, where the form number is, and let's just say she say, yeah, she watched her and I paid her. She watched the kids and I paid her. We would click right there. We would type in F2441 or daycare if you don't know. If you don't know the name of you can always type in a random word that relates to the form that you're looking for, and it'll pull it up for you. I don't know.
Hmm.
Type in a word daycare because it's not pulling it up like that. What in the world is going on? Child care.
Adoption.
Yeah, go
Right.
right there. Go up. Form 2441.
All right.
All right. So at that point, if it's her mom, right? Her mom don't own a business, so we putting a social in. We putting her first name, her last name, and all of that information in, and then we would just complete this form. It's gonna put her phone number on there, and that's it.
And then continue.
Yeah, since we didn't fill this out, you're just gonna click back. You're gonna back about it. And guys,
Okay.
keep in mind that form does not produce a refund. It just lowers how much they possibly owe. So with her
Mm.
getting 11,000 back, um, $962, you want to stroll all the way down? And you're gonna click continue. So this is the way that I recommend doing it, guys. And this gonna save y'all a lot of time because you got 10 clients that's waiting on you to do their return. Those 10 people aren't trying to wait 4 hours for you to do a return, right? So it's about knowing the system and knowing what buttons to press to navigate and cut your strolling time in half as much as you can. So I always click once I complete the return, I know I put everything on it that goes. I always click right where it says miscellaneous forms. I click there and I click continue at the bottom of that page. Sometimes if I can see the health insurance part, I'll just click that because it'll bring me straight to this page. Did you or your spouse or a dependent have insurance under the Affordable Care Act? That's also known as marketplace insurance, also known as Obamacare. That's a question that we ask on our intake form. So
So like government health insurance, not private, like Mass Health and stuff.
say that once more.
That's like government based in health insurance.
Yes. And they'll always receive a letter. They'll receive a 1095A. So next you're just gonna no, they don't have health insurance under the Affordable Care Act because it didn't say it in her intake form. It didn't mention the 1095A.
So when we're, even though we have the intake form, they're still sitting on Zoom with us and we're copying and pasting, and are they seeing us do all that? Like, do we share the screen?
No, they don't sit on Zoom with us. You work your client return on your own time. So you don't, yeah, this now if you have a preference to sit on Zoom and work your return in front of your clients, then by all means you do so. But for me personally, I don't work a return with no client on Zoom because a lot of them they filing virtually because of the conveniency. They can submit their information, trust you as a tax professional to line up everything, call them with any follow-up questions, and then complete the return.
Okay, so if like they forgot to mention they have health insurance and you don't have this on your intake form, you do call them like,
So if that was to happen, what will happen is the IRS will reject the return. And at the time that the IRS rejects the return, at that point, it's going to be it's going to be
a
it's
reason.
going to be rejected, and you're going to be able to see it was rejected, and it's going to tell you the reason why it was rejected. When it tells you the reason why it's rejected, then you know, okay, I need to reach out to this client and ask them about Marketplace. If they don't know they have Marketplace insurance or they don't know what it is, we have a list of numbers in which we, you will have in your I think you probably already have it if you have your flyers. You'll have a list of IRS numbers. And it's literally a number on there for Marketplace. They can call Marketplace. The call don't take no more than maybe 5 to 7 minutes for them to ask, do they have Marketplace insurance? And if they do, then you'll just instruct them, hey, I need I need the numbers off of line. I'm gonna say this line to y'all because it's gonna save y'all a whole lot of time. So write this down. You're gonna tell your client if they have Marketplace insurance, you're gonna give them the number to Marketplace insurance and tell them when they call, they need to ask for the numbers that are on line 33A, line 33B, and line 33C. So whenever they call Marketplace, they need to be asking about the numbers on those lines. All right. At that point, the agent is really quick. They're really good about giving them that information, especially when they know it's around tax season. They don't hold them on the phone long and doing everything extra. They also have the ability to be able to ask for another copy to be mailed out to them because some people will throw it away. So you're gonna get the Marketplace insurance number and you're gonna have your client call that number and ask and tell them, their tax preparer needs the numbers off of lines 33A, line 33B, and line 33C. All right. So next, after this, guys, we're gonna click continue. We almost done with this return. If somebody can drop that link.
So is that the marketplace for Texas?
That's
Like, is it
Marketplace for the nation.
for the entire country?
That's national. That's
Okay.
national.
So for example, like I'm still just a little confused as to when we do the intake form, we're sending them this link to do, or like how do we check the due diligence if we don't have them on Zoom?
So you check the due diligence based off everything they provide you
Like on the portal?
on the
Or
intake form. You're gonna call them and you're gonna talk to them. At the end of the day, the whole thing is this: we can only complete the return based off of what a client provides, and that's what Burgundy was teaching in the due diligence training. We ask probing questions, but there's no way to. That's just like if they go into a tax office, they can give you documents, and if they're fake documents, there's no way for you to really know until what you transmit it to the IRS. Long as you keeping your records, hey, client gave me this, client gave me that, client gave me this. You get what I'm saying? And you putting them in a Word document, you have everything that you need. You asked all your follow-up questions and you documented that you asked those follow-up questions. Um, Thank you. Miss Berry just dropped the number for Marketplace. Lakeisha just dropped the number for Marketplace along with the dude in the chat. So if y'all want to screenshot that, write it down, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's essentially how it'll go. We just relying on the documents that they're providing us on the intake form. But again, you guys have the liberty to be able to meet with your client at Starbucks. You can always go on Novo Desk or Peerspace, and you can rent out an office by the hour. To have them come in and bring their documents in, and you can bring your laptop or your iPad and your printer, of course, to those places. But we are a virtual tax preparation company. Um, so that being said, you guys are 1099 contractors, so you guys have the liberty to be able to go out and meet your clients. I done pulled up the clients' houses. If I got to pull up on you, hey, let's get it done. So whatever you
So
need
then,
to do.
so then they'll call. So when, for example, like when we put the yard signs out and our number is there and they're like, "Hi, I'm looking for tax preparation services." Then I'll tell them, "Okay, I'll send you an intake form. Please fill it out." Or do we fill it out with them?
So the yard signs are the call to action for yard signs isn't for them to call you, because you got to think about it. You got 30 people calling you. You can't answer every call, right? So the prompt for the call to action on the yard signs would be text tax to this number. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And they'll text your phone. After that, I'll provide you guys with a script for you guys to yeah, lines A, B, line 33A, line 33B, and line 33C, Denise. But at that point, you guys will have a script to where you're able to prompt them on what to do next. If you fill
Oh,
out your intake form, from there, you prepare the return, you call them, verify all the information they submitted on the intake form, of course. Then you prepare the return, and then you call them. So
and so then on that intake form, they'll be able to submit copies of the socials,
yes.
the all.
Have you looked at your intake form?
No, I'm this is the first time that I'm like this. This is what I've seen only.
Okay, it's actually in the group in the pin messages.
Oh, okay.
I'll revisit that with you all and make sure that you guys have downloaded the intake form, because you got to have your
Okay.
intake form. Yeah, we'll talk about it though. So let's
Okay.
let's go ahead and finish processing this return.
Okay, perfect.
And if somebody can y'all drop the link? Can y'all drop the link to the next training, the Zoom for the next training? Drop the link in these comments on this Zoom. Who's on here? What are y'all is on here? Ms. Joseph, can you drop the link? Ednisha, one of you guys, can y'all drop the link to the next Zoom in the chat for me? Mary, Bianca, somebody, please. Thank y'all. So she has no state return, so you'll click continue.
Okay. And so will this auto generate for the states that do have it
Yes.
and then the states that don't? Okay.
Yes, that's based off the information you entered from the W-2.
Okay.
All right. And next after that, you'll scroll down. This is where you have all the information about the return that you just completed if you want to go through and fact check anything or anything like that. But after that,
Okay.
you'll just click continue though. If you didn't, you did everything, you click continue. And you don't always have to scroll down to the bottom of the page. If they got continue at the top, it works the same way. So you can always click
Okay.
continue at either part, whichever's most convenient for you. So here's the due diligence questions. Was a taxpayer or spouse a non-resident alien for any part of the year? Okay, it's a good job. The answer to that question is no. Is a taxpayer or spouse a qualifying child of another person? Did you complete the return based on information for tax year 2025 provided by the taxpayer or reasonably obtained by you? Yep. Did you interview the taxpayer, ask etiquette questions? Look at y'all eating this due diligence up. Did you interview the taxpayer and ask etiquette questions to document the taxpayer's responses to determine the taxpayer is eligible to claim the credits and or hit a household filing status? Next is going to be, did you review etiquette information to determine the taxpayer is eligible to claim credits and or hit a household filing status, and in what amount? And did any information provided by the taxpayer, third party, or reasonably obtained by you in connection with preparing the return appear to be incorrect, incomplete, or inconsistent? Okay. Did you satisfy the record retention requirement? And right here is where we put C, prepare notes. Guys, notate this, write this down. In the due diligence, once you answer that question, you're gonna always write these 3 words. It's 3 words. Yeah, 3 words. C, prepare notes. That's the only thing we write in this part is see prepared notes. Now, all your due diligence notes should go if everybody have a Gmail account. I see you got one, Miss Campos. Gmail got Word. They got a Word. They got a Word. They got a Word. Like Microsoft got Word, Gmail got Word. Notate all your notes for your due diligence. Met the client on this day. Client talked about this. Client needed this. Client provided this. All of that. We have due diligence templates in which you guys be provided with. But that's where you're going to keep your due diligence at, in your Gmail account, not on your computer. In your Gmail account, not on your computer. In your Gmail account, not on your computer.
Mhm.
All right. Not like necessarily in your email, but in a Word part,
Mhm.
in a Word part of it. Yeah, so it'll be something like that.
And then here we type in like the day we did the intake.
You'll have a due diligence note template, and you'll just go in and plug and play. It'll be data entry.
Oh, okay.
It'll be data entry for each client, and we'll have it related to like the filing status and stuff like that for you too.
Okay.
So did you ask the taxpayer whether he or she could provide documentation to substantiate the eligibility for the amount of the credits and or head of household filing status claimed on the return? Yes. Did you ask the taxpayer if any credits were disallowed or reduced in a prior year? Were any of these credits allowed to be reduced in a prior year, in a previous year? And is a child currently or intended to be a qualifying child on another individual's tax return? And then earned income credit. Have you determined that the taxpayer is in fact eligible to claim the earned income credit for the number of children from whom the earned income credit is claimed? All right. And then did you explain to the taxpayer that he or she may not claim the earned income credit if the taxpayer has not lived with the child for over half the year, even if the taxpayer has provided support for the child? Did you explain the taxpayer rules about claiming earned income credit when a child is the qualifying child of more than one person? All right. And this is tiebreaker rules. You guys feel free to read that. Whenever y'all get time, y'all get in the software. I mean, it's pretty much what I explained to y'all in training. Does a child reside with the taxpayer who's claiming the child tax credit or the additional child tax credit? Did you explain that the taxpayer may not claim the child tax credit, additional child tax credit, if he has not lived with the child for over half the year, even if the taxpayer supported the child, unless the child custodial parent has released a claim to exemption for the child? Did you explain the taxpayer the rules about claiming the child tax credit, additional child tax credit, or other dependent credit for a child of a divorced or separated parents, including any requirements attached to Form 8332 or similar statement in the return? American Opportunity Credit. Did the taxpayer provide substantiation such as Form 1098-T and receipts for qualified tuition and related expenses for the claimed American Opportunity Tax Credit? All right, and then last but not least, head of household questions. Have you determined that the taxpayer was unmarried or considered unmarried on the last day of the tax year and provided more than half the cost of keeping up the home for the qualifying for a qualifying person? Do you certify that all answers on Form 8867 are to the best of your knowledge true, correct, and complete? Yes. And then last but not least, continue. How much would y'all charge for a return like this? Drop it in the chat. Can you click the continue for me?
How much would you guys charge for this? Dang, 1859. That's crazy.
$800.
Crazy.
Somebody say 800. Somebody said 1,000. Somebody said the same. How much you
That
say you charge for this, Miss Campos? You said 200. Well, how much you say?
120.
It's crazy work. 120 is crazy work. I'm charging $1,200 for this return, and I'm giving her opportunities. I'm upselling her. I'm offering her. Hey, if you give me a testimonial, yeah, I'm charging. Yeah, 120 is absurd, but that's what Miss Campos was used to getting charged. I'm charging
That's
1,200, and I'm telling her, hey, if you give me a testimonial video, I take
$50 off.
$100.
If you give me a Facebook review and you tag me in it, I'll take another 100 off. If you give me 10 people that you can refer to me, I'll take 150 off. I'm upselling her. So from that point, it started off as 12. And of course, she heard the 12. She probably didn't like it, of course. So she's gonna be willing to do all of these things to get a discount.
So I call her back up and I'm like, I'm ready to file your return. I'll get you
No, do
$11,962.
not say that. I want you to go all the way down. Go all the way through to the last page.
Be like, yeah. Continue.
Yes, keep clicking continue, please.
Continue all the way.
Yes, please. So right here, you're gonna click. Hold on. You're gonna click yeah, you can just click e-file. No, I want you to click e-file paper check for right now. But normally, guys, it's gonna have a word in front of the e-file option that you choose. So you're gonna always choose the e-file option, but it's gonna have a word in front of it. All right. The thing about this is, guys, please know that when you in here, stroll up to the top. Stroll down, go all the way down. Okay, go down. I just wanted to make sure. Make sure. All the way down. Click continue for me. So at this point, it's gonna have prepare fees. The only fee you tell him is the fee after everything has been charged. We can't charge on this return right here because we're in a demo software, but normally you'll put your prepare fee right there in that box. You'll put whatever you're charging in that box normally, and then we stroll down. You can't put it in there right now because it's not gonna work. But stroll all the way down, and at that point, you're gonna click continue. Once you click continue, this is the beautiful thing about it. It's gonna it's a lady file paper check. Just click OK. All right. So if they signed up for the portal and everything, their signature would already be there. But if not, you're gonna call them, and when you call them, this is what I'm saying. I'll be brief. Hey, Ms. Thompson, this is Kane. Hey, I have phenomenal news for you. I was able to process your return, and it looks like I'm going to be able to get you back about $10,700 based off the information that you provided. How does that sound for you? Oh, okay, okay. So let me ask you this. I see that you're satisfied with your amount. I want to ask you, are you interested in any opportunities to, possibly get any type of discount on preparation fees or anything like that? At this point, this is when I start to upsell it. So now I'm talking to her about leaving me a review. I'm talking about making me a post, sending me a list of referral. If somebody owe, that's something that you got to charge them up front. If they owe, they got to pay out of pocket. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So when I call it, that's all I'm doing.
But like at this point, you're telling them that the refund amount is 11,962.
I'm not telling them that. I never told her that. When I just called her, I said her refund amount was how much?
About
I
10,000.
told her she'll be getting about $10,700.
Okay, why that number?
Because that's how much my prep fee. I took my prep fee off. So when you put the prep fee in the software, it's going to calculate it for you, and it's going to tell you exactly, like the bottom number that says total right there is going to say exactly how much she's to the right. It's going to say exactly how much she gets back. Like after.
But does she see this, or she sees after the prep fee?
She gonna see everything because we sent her a copy of her return. She's gonna see everything. So when she gets a copy of her paperwork, it's gonna have prep fees. It's gonna say how much the bank fees was. It's gonna tell her how much every fee was, and it's gonna tell her a total amount in her form. Okay. So it's gonna all be listed out. Why you say? It sounds like you're uncertain about being able to charge your work, and you're concerned about how you're gonna address it. If she asks you, well, why? Ask me. Ask me what you think she's gonna ask you. Let's role play right now. Let's go and have it out. You ready? Okay, I just called you and I just told you you're getting $10,700 back. We're gonna pick up from there.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kane, but I see that it was actually 11,962.
Yes, that's actually the amount before all fees are in place. So preparation fees, bank fees, any type of software fees or anything of that nature. That's the price before the fees. That's how much your return would have been before fees.
Okay, and you said you could do something about those fees. You can help me waive them?
I didn't say I can help you completely waive them, but yes, I can get the fees to go down a little bit. With that being said, it comes with options such as, hey, if you can make a post, we can get you about $50 off that way. If you do a video testimonial, we can get you about another $100 off. And if you're willing to provide a list of referrals, fill out our referral program form, we can get you about another $100 off. How does that sound for you? So in total, you'll save about 250 to 300.
Yeah, I think I can do a post maybe in a week.
Okay, well, that's fine. Well, unfortunately, it has to be completed at the time of filing in order for you to qualify for the discounts.
So I'm gonna go on my Facebook right now and make a post.
Okay, that's perfectly fine, and we'll get that. Yes, we'll get it taken down right away. We can apply the discount right away.
Okay, how else can I get a discount, you said?
If you have a list of people that you think could benefit from the help that I was able to provide for you, because all in all, it seems like you're satisfied with your return. You just kind of wanted the, opportunity to lower your preparation fees. So this is a program that, we provide this option to anybody that's filing with us, for them to be able to lower their preparation fees. So with that being said, if you wanted to provide a list of people that you think could benefit from tax preparation services with us, we can get you about another $100 off.
Okay. Can
Now,
you
at
make it
this time,
200?
y'all, hold on, pause. At this time, y'all decide how much y'all want to give her off. You can say
Mm.
150, you can say whatever you want to give her off. Because this your preparation fee, ultimately, but there will be numbers in place to where no matter what, you can't charge beneath this amount. It's going to be a standard in place. So whether the system fee, like the lowest fee in the system might be $650. That means you can't charge any client less than $650. Now, depending on who your mentor is and how they structure their software, there might be certain discounts that certain people qualify for. So for me, I have a senior citizens discount, right? That's usually for the people that are aged 55 to 60 and up, right? At that point, we have a discount where we put in and we're able to charge them $300 for tax preparation. You see what I'm saying? College students might qualify for an additional $100 off of tax preparation, $150 off tax preparation. So there are discount codes. That's something that your mentor would definitely provide you more insight on.
What is the minimum that the fee is? Like, what's the minimum?
But everybody's software is different. So for my software, it's going to probably be about 700 to 750.
Minimum?
Yes. Yes. It's probably going to be about 700 to 750. With clients that are filing single, they don't have dependents, then of course we'll have ways to give them discounts. Of course, to kind of lower that balance down. But for anybody hitting this software with a dependent, yes.
So then always start off with like that high number, that 1200, that.
Yep. That's why you start off up there. Work your way down. And more than anything, you guys gotta look at it like this. You're not selling yourself. You don't have to sell yourself. You have to change your philosophy when it comes to telling the client what you did. You need to explain to them the service in which you provided. So hey, based off the information you provided, my fees are calculated by one, time, how much time it takes me to complete your return. Two, what all work I have to put into your return. So all those additional forms, IP pins, all of that stuff adds up. All right. And then last but not least, you got to think H&R Block, they charge their clients by the form. So for every dependent she had, she would have had to pay another $50, $60, $75. Like that's how they charge. You see what I'm saying? So when we charging based off the time and the amount of work that went into the return. That's how I base my fees. So I've never had a problem charging a client $1,000. I've never had a problem charging a client $1,500. I can tell you how much I've actually been able to charge, but I don't want to scare anybody. But all in all, it's never a problem when you pretty much tell them what you're doing for them. People have a problem with prices when they don't understand the service that they're getting. Most of the time, that's all it is. So when you explain the service in which you're providing and tell them, hey, we also offer audit protection. right? So if something was to happen with your return and you are audited, we'd actually review your return and possibly even amend it for you for free or at a discounted price. You get what I'm saying? So I mean that like it's plenty of ways to go about that, but we're gonna get more into that as marketing training goes on. So I don't want you guys to think like, this night was about software training. So I kind of wanted to walk y'all through a return. Um, but yeah, as marketing training goes on, we're definitely going to dive a little bit deeper into, actually role playing and enacting the calls with clients and stuff like that to get you guys geared up for that.
Okay. So, on the intake form, I realized that we did the social, but she did have
And
that
I
I,
pin.
yes, and we didn't put it in. Where would we
So,
put that in?
so go back to basic information. Oh shucks. I'm pressing stuff on my screen. It's taking me off the thing. So you see where it says IRS identity protection pin? That's where you always put it.
Mm,
And normally after you enter the dependents information, it would have brought you to this page, but I think you might have pressed continued and passed it. So you'll put it for whatever dependent or whatever tax, whoever it is, whoever it's for.
oh,
So it's
okay.
for Maria, so you would put it in there for her.
Okay.
It's a 6-digit number. So you would have to get it from the client intake form.
Okay. And continue.
Yeah,
Oh,
once it go in, you're just gonna click continue again, and now it's attached to the return.
and then we go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, you can go all the way as far as an e-file. You can go to the e-file page because you've done all of that already. So you can literally go to the last page of everything. This e-file page is gonna always be the last page. That's where you
So
actually.
once they agreed to do all that, and then they agreed to that, only if they're in the green are they allowed to pay with their tax return?
Yes, it comes out of the tax return automatically when they're in the green. But if they was to owe, then they would have to pay out of pocket.
On a credit card, checking
Uh,
account.
yes. Whatever form of payment they have, we accept all forms of payment. The only thing we don't accept, I don't accept. We got links. We got links. We accept all forms of payments. We don't just accept IOUs though. That's the only thing we don't accept. We don't accept any IOUs.
Wow. Okay. That was good.
Everything makes sense to you?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. I just still think it's crazy that it's that much money, but I guess I'll
Yeah.
have to get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I know it's a cultural shock for you because you came. Where did you was in Massachusetts at first? Where was it?
Yeah, you would think that it's so expensive out there, but no, my tax for either I've been, super blessed for the past 5 years, or I don't know, I just got lucky finding her because she charges 120 for everyone that's head of household or single, and then businesses like and homeowners like 225. She's been in the game for like 15 years and has so many clientels like booked months in advance. So
I would be scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I went to somebody and they charged me $120, I would be afraid. That's
really,
just,
no,
yeah,
she's
that's
really
just me.
great.
I mean,
No.
but all in all, if you guys enjoyed the marketing training, because I know we gotta get to marketing training. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this training and y'all did get value from it, drop some flames in the chat for sure. And please notice, Miss Compost, moving all the way down to Texas, everything is all bigger in Texas. The refund amounts, the prices for gas, whatever it is way bigger in Texas. I promise you that. I'm not even from Texas, but hey, I love it here. The economy is amazing for the most part. It's definitely somewhere that you can thrive as an entrepreneur. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the class. If you haven't already, Deja, if you can, redrop that link for me one more time. And I expect to see all 24, well, it was 24 people, but it's now 22. I expect to see all 22 of you guys on that Zoom. Like literally, we're not doing no replays for marketing training. I'm not doing it. It's unfortunate, but I won't be able to do it. Because that enables people. And it's important that you guys understand the importance of being in the room. So definitely want y'all to be in the room. Click that
Yeah,
link.
that link, please.
Huh?
Yeah, I need that link.
It's actually in the comments on this Zoom. And if y'all can, y'all already over there. If y'all can drop in there. Deja, can you drop the link again? Or is she gone?
A marketing training right here.
Yeah, she gone. All right, hold on, guys. Let me
I
reach
got
out.
it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Compost. Thank you very much. If you guys can click that link, join up over there, tell them I'm on my way. I gotta give everybody a chance to click the link in this call first.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like where I see who done walked away from their phone too. All right, we got 14 people. I need y'all to click that link. Click that link, guys. Click that link. Lakeisha, Etnisha, Serenity, Reese, Reese B. We need you to click that link. Susanna, click that link for me, Miss Navarro. Sterling Gray, click that link. Serenity, click that link for me. Click that link, click that link. Amber, click that link for me. Y'all click the link. Miss Navarro, Sterling Gray, Serenity, Ednisha, Amber.
I'm here. What you said, Kane?
You obviously not here. You
Yo,
a hero. I need you to be locked in. This your team members right here? Amber McNair.
yes.
Yeah, your whole team. They still here and they supposed to be on the link in the 8 o'clock zone.
Got it.
Yeah.